is full of rain. Welcome to the Clio SoF Week 8 of Season 4 of 2025 here from the Motorland Aragon. What do we have in store for you this week? Sadly, only 2 splits, and why is that? There are 2 factors mainly. Number 1, you can see it on screen, the weather. It's raining, and whenever it is a rain week all across iRacing, not just at the Clio community, it drops participation. So this is one reason the rain definitely affects it. And the second one is, as you can see in the track map in just a bit, we have never ever driven here at the Motorland Aragon. It's a brand new track for the Clio community, which means many people simply don't own the track. That's a matter of fact. But we have 2 splits, 33 drivers, and I think they will be good races, especially with the rain being an interesting factor. And now let's take a look at the track itself. Like I said, we are at the Motorland Aragon in Spain. We are driving the touring cars layout, 5.344 kilometers, pretty long track, which is why we expect only 6 laps. And as I mentioned before, we have never ever raced here, so no history to talk about. And because we have never driven here, it may be a good idea to show you via demonstration lap how this track looks. So let's jump right into it. And here we are at the demonstration lap, and you can already see the weather conditions. The rain is pretty strong when we had to turn 1 third gear corner, gentle because so many puddles of water. Then we have a few right-handers, usually flat out in dry conditions, not so much under these conditions. And then we come to a pretty tricky braking point, and this is this one. Our demonstration driver makes it look easy, but be aware, this is a tricky spot. Spoiler, it's P2 that we are looking at from the qualifying. And right-hander again. And now short straight, but then one of our arrows we had on the track map, this downhill section. Watch out, be gentle, not too soon on the throttle, or else you crash into this wonderful orange thing. And you see the puddles on the left. You have to be gentle as the driver. And now we head to the corners 12 and 13 in a moment, which is right now. Some people drive it in third, some people drive it in second gear, I noticed. Then this right-hander, then we come to the second arrow I had on the track map. Because this corner, it looks different than it actually appears. Once again, our driver makes it look very easy, but so easy to make a mistake. And now we are on the long straight, probably the longest straight we have this season. Heading to turn 16, the hairpin, which was been marked as the 3rd arrow on the track map earlier. And because you have such a long straight, over 200 kilometers, and then you brake for the hairpin, very slow. And once again, our demonstration driver, who qualified in P2, made it look very easy. Didn't take P1 because there were some audio issues. So P2, good enough lap, I think. And this is 1 lap around Aragon. And now let's take a look at the starting grid. Our starting grid, ladies and gentlemen, from Freitags to Dries Wienendael, 1 to 17. We are about to go racing under these difficult conditions. How will Top Split make it? We're gonna find out now. Let's start racing. Motorland Aragon, Week 8, Clio SoF, Top Split. And we see Jack Davies in the back choosing a completely different line to everyone else. Turn 1 for the first time, Carlos Rivera and Kevin Anfield. I can tell you there was a massive netcode in this, but we take a look at it after the race, of course. Neil Todd and Mark Hewitt. Yeah, expect a few things, especially under these conditions. Tomasz Reisis, P14, 2 yellow cars in front of him, Karel Schaufliege and Mark Hewitt. We've seen Karel quite a bit lately. I think this is his 3rd SoF race by now. Tomas goes wide. Behind him is Jack Davies and Carlos Rivera, who has to make a comeback. Martin Dale gets in P6. Oh, the Dries goes wide. Yeah, the wiggle room for mistakes is so small, but just look at the conditions. Just look at it. It is difficult. Tomas goes wide there. Watch out for those orange pillars. I'm sure they have a other name than pillars, but let's call them pillars for now. And Tomas! Speaking of them, this race is horrible for Tomas. Ay. First few drivers survived. Raul Hernando, he is our championship leader, remember. He is currently in P4. Attacking Cedric Gibbert at this long straight. Usually you want to place your car extremely far to the right, but there's so much water there, so not really an option. Raul Hernando now in P3. Cedric Gibbert goes wide. Mark Hewitt, I think we've seen him early on in the season with his oven chips livery. Seen him a few times in the production endurance challenge. Lap 2. Like I said, we expect 6 laps due to the sheer length of the track. Gibbert is struggling. Bruno Gaiotto right next to him, P4 and P5. Oh, little touch, but nothing happened. Bruno Gaiotto still in his missed Apex suit from the Melons, even though he's driving a different style and is officially part of the Team Nacional crew. So the only Nacional driver in Top Split. Zane Cueca, P2, young driver, fast driver, rising driver. Watch out for him in the future. P2, chasing our reigning and defending Clio SoF champion Miguel Freitas. Then a bit of a gap, 1.2 seconds to Raul Hernando, but now that Raul... Oh, Kevin with a mistake. Kevin Anfield, that is. And John Duncan. But nothing too major has happened. Kevin Anfield, he wants to get past. He is... Oh, little love tap. And this puts John Duncan out of the track for a bit, and Anfield is through. But yeah, under these conditions, incidents are bound to happen. Let's call it how it is. No ill intent so far from what we have seen, but It's so difficult. This is Tomas who slides. This is a race to forget for the Lithuanian. Carlos Rivera after the spin in turn 1 against Dries Wienendael. Inside line. And gets past. Karel Schaufliege and Marcin Rejewski. Welcome to the top split, Marcin. Welcome, welcome. Not sure if he was in top split in... What's it called? Cadwell. Oh, Anfield. And myself, little touch there. But nothing happened. But now John Duncan maybe can get past. Once again. This is for 7, 8 and 9. And no, John was not able. Jack Davies behind Marcin Rejewski and Karel Schaufliege. And Anfield one more time. He is faster, but he needs to find a way past. I just checked it. Yes, this is indeed Marcin Rejewski's first top split race. So he's driven splits 4, 3, 2 and now 1 as well. Congratulations. Currently in P13 as the number 16 car. Number 17, Neil Todd in P10. It's been a while since we have seen him in top split. Welcome. And Zane still making Miguel busy. This is Martin Dale and Bruno Gaiotto. For 5 and 6. Bruno no longer near Cedric. Ooh, little. Ooh, but this is more than a little bit. Dries Wienendael chooses a different line through corners 14 and 15. I talked about that these are difficult corners. And Martin Dale gets past Bruno Gaiotto. Can he counter this? No. Schaufliege and Hewitt, the two yellow cars. This is for P11. Yeah, it's a prime opportunity spot after such a long straight. We've seen it now a few times. Bruno Gaiotto tries to get past again. Wants his P5 back. Gets it for the moment. Meanwhile, the two yellow cars still in their fight. And one goes wide. This is Mark Hewitt. And takes Marcin Rejewski on his rejoin. Probably not a happy feeling for Marcin Rejewski. Carlos Rivera now behind Jack Davies. Bit of a comeback for him, but still. I mean, there are quite a few cars in front of him, so maybe Carlos can get maybe up to P12? Maybe like this? Oh, or not? I mean, he got past two cars. They're 3 wide, please, gentlemen. Ah, this is spicy in these conditions. So difficult. Jack Davies. Marcin Rejewski for P14. Kevin Anfield losing a position. Losing 2 positions. There was a mistake. And Rejewski, big mistake. What a shame. He now has to find his way. Watch out for the pillar. Back in P16. Anfield lost 2 positions after a lock-up. And now the 5-minute warning. Cedric Gibret, Raul Hernando, Saint Cueca, and then a 1.2 second gap to Miguel Freiter. So it is a bit of a gap, but under these conditions, it's so easy to lose 1 second. So easy. We have seen it now multiple times. And those are 2 laps remaining, but these are 2 long laps. Very long laps indeed. We're talking about 2:34s in the rain. Cedric Gibret, number 5 in P4. Raul Hernando, number 2 in P3. Remember, Raul is our championship leader, but also the first driver in the top group that will be affected by drop rounds. We talk about it after the race. But man, these 4 make an amazing job. Not only in pace, but also in terms of mistakes, because there are none. Neil Todd and Kevin Anfield. Kevin, after his mistake, chooses a different line around Neil Todd, who struggles around turn 7. Todd stays in front of him. P9 would be an amazing result for the car with the number 17. And even if Kevin gets past, he has a 2-second gap to Karel, so it looks good for Neil Todd. It looks good. Oh, Anfield goes wide. He risks it. Carlos Rivera still in P13. Not what he wanted. In front of him is car number 8, Mark Hewitt. Oh, he struggles. I mean, everyone does. Everyone does. Raul Hernando, can he get past Saint Cueca? 0.3 seconds, long straight. We will see. Same for Kevin Anfield and Neil Todd. Can he get past? He is even closer. Anfield is even closer. He goes to the outside. Watch out for the big puddles to the right. He knows it. He's a veteran. Neil Todd, he's a veteran. And they know how to do it. Good job by Kevin and fair game by Neil Todd. Final lap of the race. Lap 6. Yeah, it's a long track. Bruno Gaiotto and Martin Dale still going at it. Little love tap there. Bruno goes wide as a result. This is an off track, but least of your problem is one singular off track. Ooh, little slide there by Martin Dale. Second slide. Does this give Bruno an opportunity? No, not yet, but he puts the pressure on Martin Dale. The Split 2 championship leader, currently in P5, in top split. Would be an amazing result, but we are not there yet. Cedric Gibret chases Raul Hernando, attacks him. Look, 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 he attacks. Turn 8. Ooh. Watch out, gentlemen. Stays behind him though. Bruno Gaiotto made a mistake, losing a position. He's now in P7. In turn 9 that was. Yeah, it is so difficult. It is so difficult. But our drivers have almost done it. Almost. Freitag, 0.7 seconds still in the lead. 0.9 now. But it's so easy to make a mistake. Especially at the hairpin. You're driving straight for such a long time and then you have such a hard braking point in the wet, it's so little room for error. So Miguel has to be aware, even though it looks good. 1.1 seconds, maybe not the biggest risk he will take. Nah, it's all controlled from the top 4. An amazing performance by them. And we are about to finish this race. And Miguel Freitas wins once again under difficult conditions. Zane Quecker, P2, congratulations. Raul Hernando, Cedric Gibbert, Martin Dale. Myself in P6. Bruno Gaiotto, P7. John Duncan, P8. Kevin Anfield, Neil Todd are the top 10. And now we wait for the last few cars to finish. Carlos Rivera in P14 lost the position to Jack Davies, who was in P13. Dries and Marcin Rejewski also across the finish line, so we only wait for Tomasz, who had a race to forget. He's now in the final corner. There he is. Finishes the race. Thank you for that. And we are done with a difficult race. These are the results, and how they affect the overall championship we are gonna find out. How about now? Let's take a look. We are back at ClioSoF.com, but we are not at the championship standings. And why is that? Simply because I want to show you the latest updates on ClioSoF.com, a website that just gets better and better and better and better. Case in point, the new homepage, which has a few details for you, like the previous race, the current week, the next one, which will be Imola. This will be interesting. Then a few badges are shown, the fastest laps. Okay, we know now that Liam has the fastest lap. Does this mean he wins the race? I don't know. We all know he has at least one good lap in there. The split safety you can see. All that wonderful stuff. The podium finishes, but I will stop it here because I don't want to spoil tomorrow's broadcast. But yeah, this is the new starting page. Looks lovely, looks fantastic. And if we jump to the standings, which we can here, there's also a new thing. You might have already seen it. This new button here, Legacy View. What is Legacy View? Haha, we have all the race results there. I mean, we lose a few details like number of races, position changes, yada yada yada, because this needs more room. There is one teeny tiny mistake. You probably have noticed it already. If not, Motorland is not in the United Kingdom, will be fixed. Don't worry about it. But if we take a look in this Legacy View, at least for the top, let's say, yeah, the top 15. Yeah, Raul Hernando, our championship leader. Miguel Freitas, P2. But I talked about it a little bit in the race itself. Raul Hernando will be affected by drop rounds. Meanwhile, Miguel, Roman, Dylan won't. What does this mean? Simply put, you see, Raul has a P34 in Cadwell. This is probably a result he's gonna remove. Maybe even next week. But let's say he wins in Imola next week. He won't get 100 points as a result because he has a few points from Cadwell. Meanwhile, Miguel, Roman or Dylan would get their full 100 points. So yeah, there is this that we have to take in mind for the last third of the season. Drop rounds will be a factor we always have to keep in mind from now on. So like in this scenario, yes, Raul is leading the championship. He has a great ignore the Cadwell race. Worst position is P5. This is pretty good, I can tell you. And so Yeah, but he won't get 100% of the points from now on. Also, other drivers, of course, will be affected by drop runs. Cedric, I see, Martin Dale, Bruno, John Duncan, myself, all these drivers, a few others as well, further down, have also 8 races. And to not spoil too much, we now jump back to the normal view and scroll down to find your favorite driver. Zane Quecker, 15 positions he made up with this second place. Congratulations. Like I said, keep him in mind. Keep him in mind. Very fast driver. Top 50, 87 points. Top 100, 25 points. And how many did we have so far? 195. I know what's happened here. I just thought for a moment, I think he has not started the race. He was participating, which is why it is showing nothing there, but officially got his one singular point. I know it appears a few times. Interesting. Doesn't matter. Okay, I see a few names that have driven for the first time. 2 Spaniards and Dries. This was Dries' first race this season. Oh wow. Mark Hewitt. Oh, I thought I have seen Mark Hewitt early on in the season. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. If we take a look at the split one standings, usually the quote-unquote most boring ones, because they are the most similar to the overall standings. But nevertheless, same here. Raul is leading. Miguel, Dylan, Roman, all that wonderful stuff. You need 32 points to be in the top 20. 15 for the top 30. And how many drivers have participated in Top Split? 52 drivers have participated in at least one Top Split race. The elite of the Clio SoF, so to speak. But yeah, this was Top Split. I think it was a very good race, especially considering the difficult conditions. We now take a look at a few replays from the race, and tomorrow we have the second split, and I'm curious to see how the second split has performed. So let's enjoy the highlights, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. Goodbye.